Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I kind of wanted to do things a little bit different. So we're in my bed. Kind of just wanted to touch on a few things, and as you can see from the title of this video, today we're going to be talking about how to get over your ex. This I feel like not enough people talk about. Getting right into the video, I think it's super important to purge. You do this however you need to. So I'm all for a good vent. I like to talk. I'm a talker. So what I would do is call up my homegirl, call up your sister, your family, whoever you got in your corner who can just sit there and listen to you from an unbiased point of view, or without judgment or whatever. Just get it out. This is your time to feel heard, to feel like you're getting, that release that you need, whatever. You only get one though. We're not gonna keep doing this. Emotionally dumping onto people isn't really fair for the other person. So do this, take this with a grain of salt, but this is your time. People love you, they care about you, they're willing to sit through this. So just cry if you need to, laugh if you want to, whatever you gotta do, just get it out. And don't front either like you're not tripping, because you love him. Even though he did whatever he did to mess up the situation, that does not mean you just don't care. That the whole point is you need to get over it. You're not just over it immediately. Number 2, you need to block him on everything, sis. And this is non-negotiable. I'm not talking about no little okay, well I kind of want to know if he hit me up, or I'm gonna just go lurk his stuff one more time, or I'm gonna block him but then I'm gonna unblock him and see what he's doing. No, block him on everything. This is not the time for games. This is crucial, because he needs to not have access to you. I'm talking messaging, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You don't even got a Twitter. Block him on that anyway. Block him, because if he still has access to you, he's gonna hit you up, and you about to be like, oh, so he hit me, or you gonna post that fire pic on your story, and he gonna peep, and you gonna see his name and be like, oh my god, and then he gonna slide in your DM, and you about to be hyped. So just get that out. Doesn't matter the terms that you guys ended on. Doesn't matter if it was cordial or it was a peaceful split. You need to heal and move on, and the only way to do that is out of sight, out of mind. So get rid of him, sis. Number 3, this one kind of ties into the last one, but just don't engage with him. So this means no phone calls, no, I kind of miss him, I just want to hear from him a little bit, or I wonder what he's doing, or answering the phone when he calls you, or responding to his text messages. No, this needs to be dead. Cold turkey, done. Because the longer you prolong this process, the longer it's going to take for you to move on and just be, back to your normal self. Ultimately, you are mourning the death of this relationship. So you have to treat it like it's gone, it's dead, it's over. Because if not, what you're doing is leaving it open. You're kind of halfway in, halfway out. You got one foot in the door still. You ain't really in or out. You kind of just in limbo. We're not doing that, sis. We're grown. We're mature. Okay? We know how to handle our emotions and move on. So that's what we're doing. Right now, you're supposed to be focusing on yourself. And that leads me to point 4. Now it's time to journal. I love this step, because when the venting isn't enough, or you kind of find yourself wanting to vent more often, like I said, you don't need to just be emotionally dumping this onto everybody around you. Get your journal. Get a piece of paper. Get anything you need. Get those thoughts out of your head and onto a piece of paper. This is your time to kind of just, let it flow. So this does not have to be a negative thing. It does not have to be a bash session. It could be you just being like, I'm so happy that the things that are no longer serving me in my life are being removed, and that I'm walking in my purpose. I'm so glad that I met Mr. Right, and he is my dreamboat, and whatever. You can journal and manifest and talk about the things that you do want in a partner. Maybe use that experience as a reflection on the things that you don't want, and just write the opposite. Oh my god, I love that my partner is so trustworthy and emotionally available, or whatever. I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean? This is your time. So get it out. If you need to be frustrated and cry and write down how he hurt your feelings and why it was messed up, you can do that too. This is all about you. Whatever you need, do it. Moving on to step 5. This is time for you to just be all about you. Okay, you are initiating some form of self-care. So this is your I've been doing this for a few years now, so I kind of just label it my self-care Sunday. You could pick any day of the week. Pamper yourself. This is the time for you to get your hair done, do something to your skin, get your nails done, get a wax or something, shave your legs, whatever. It can be something simple. If you're on a budget and you can't really afford to go keep yourself up, you can do a hair mask or style your hair or do something different. Don't do anything drastic that you're going to regret later, because we've all been there. Please don't do it, sis. Avoid the color and avoid the scissors. Just, however, you can do things for yourself. Really sit with yourself and become one with yourself and get to know yourself all over again. This is time for you to love on yourself and show yourself that you are worthy. Just because this dude or girl, whoever, doesn't matter. This is for everybody. Had you messed up doesn't mean that you're worthless. It just means that that cycle in your life has ended and now you're moving into something else. But to do that, you have to put out into the world that you are deserving of love and kindness and compassion and all things yummy and good. This is a time for you to just be about yourself, really focus on self-care, boss up and get your costs up. Moving on to step 6. This is a time where you would kind of start your projects. So this process is not easy, okay? You've done the purging, you've vented about it, you've journaled, you've talked it out, you're, focusing on yourself, you're loving yourself, you're doing everything you need to be doing, and you're still thinking about him, you still miss him, you still kind of want to check on his page, you might even lapse a little bit and actually check on his page. That's okay. Now, when you feel those feelings, you shouldn't run from that, because ultimately, if you go into this little like hyper productivity mode, all that's gonna do is kind of shove those feelings you're having down, and it's gonna resurface later when you thought you were healed and you thought time healed that wound. No, it did not. Now you're stuck there. Mentally, you're still there. Your heart is still there. You never even you know what I mean? Like, you never even got that out. You never even moved on accordingly. So instead, what I like to do is, okay, I have a thought. Boom. Oh, I miss him. Fine. In my head, I'm like, okay, well, you know what? It happened for a reason. It ran its course. It's over. Whatever. You know what? I wish him well. Boom. Now it's time to focus on something else. Start that project. Like, for me, I love vision boarding. And like I said, journaling was great for me. But maybe I have a video on my channel. Maybe you want to do a little DIY project, a little vanity setup, or something you've been wanting to try out, or a new little project. It doesn't have to be a big deal. It just has to be something that you really need to give your attention to and focus on. Vision boarding was great for me because it puts you in this little zone, or almost like a trance, of just like manifesting and seeing all your desires and being happy with the outcome and feeling hopeful, and you feel joyful and you're excited, and it kind of gets you out of your head altogether and into this mindset of like, oof, okay, I'm excited for the future. You know what I mean? And last but not least, it is time to level up. Okay, so this is a time where you apply all of your common sense, all your knowledge, to be like, you know what, we're gonna come out of this a better person. Once again, not saying that you were devalued because of what just happened or anything negative, nothing like that. You're literally just working on yourself for the future, and not for anyone else, but for yourself. This is a time where you might want to start working out. Like, I know we're in quarantine. Personally, I put on that young little quarantine 15, but try getting physical, get active, get outside, go for a little jog, a little run, whatever. It can't hurt. Whatever is going to make you feel good and empowered, because this is your time to kind of feel like, okay, you know what? I'm getting better than I was before. We're making strides and we got this. So looking back, you only pretty much have two choices when it comes to situations like this. You can choose to forgive and forget, meaning that you forgive them and go back to them. If they're toxic, we're not doing that. Forgive and move on with your life. If you're holding on to bitterness and relinquishing your power onto this other person, don't give them that. Just close the door. Understand that whatever is not for you is not for you. There's something better for you out there, and allow God to kind of move in your life. Like, maybe you need to just be focusing on yourself right now, or maybe your partner is coming in the future and you got to clear out some dead weight, or you know what I mean? I hope this video helps somebody. This was stuff that I actually applied when I was going through my breakup. It put me in a better headspace. I was happy, healthy, living good. So hopefully someone can take something away from this video. I gotta go get dinner started, so I'm gonna head out now. But comment down below if there's anything that you took away from this, or if you have anything to share. Maybe someone's watching this video and they could kind of benefit from seeing that. There's other people going through what they're going through, but they got through it. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.